It's time!
Today I got time, cuz.
All you hoes, all of you hoes.
I want the thick one. I want the thick one.
I'm a real fucker, baby.
You're a monster.
Look, he fucking nutted on my fucking leg. You gonna help me? He nutted on my leg.
Good morning, world. Spin the check and get it right back.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chickens, turkeys, rat. You name it!
Perfect. Here we go.
So I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend. Honey.
What's going on, everybody? Classes and sessions, my brother from another mother, international. How do you do today?
I am not Steve.
You are not Steve, and I am Steve.
I'm not Steve.
What's poppin', Slime? What's Gucci Chat? What's going on? We back for another action-packed episode. Yes, sir. Got the whole production set up, man. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, man. We back. We back. We had to.
We here, man.
We had to do this right, man. We had to come back, set this shit up right. Get the show, get the production on point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Steve, man, because I'm not Steve.
Shout out to me, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
I'm not Steve. Who other like Steve?
All right, y'all. Make sure everything's good, chat. Just put a 1 in the chat if everything sounds good. Y'all can hear the sound bites. Again, guys, we got a couple issues we got to work out. But I think it looks good so far. We'll get some lighting, get the lighting right on the next couple shows, chat. Maybe we'll change the scenery, but we got our setup here. There's a lot of cables going on underneath. Y'all can't see, but hey, we got it right. We got it right. All right, let's do a roll call, man. Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? I see people in the chat,
here.
But people ain't typing.
I don't see no one here. I guess we gotta
Chat,
shut it down.
We gotta go make sure we live, because I feel like
it says 17.
I feel like we not live, chat. I don't see no chats. I don't see nothing. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe there's a glitch. Or maybe y'all just not typing. Tyree just typed. All right, there we go. All right, cool. Y'all just okay.
Being shy.
Y'all being shy today. It's all
That's
good.
in the back of the class.
Hey, man. Chat, we are here, guys, and we are in CTG. We are in CTG, chat. So shout out to all of y'all, man. We did our first show a few days ago. Just letting y'all know we made it, and we're just getting our feet wet. We've been here, what, almost a week?
A week.
So what up, Calais? Calais got in the building.
Calais, we got Tyree, we got Gates to Wavy.
Gates to Wavy was good.
Yes, sir. He said it's late. We're on Central Time too, chat. So,
yeah.
We late on the East Coast, yes.
Yeah.
We're typically on the East Coast, but we are in Central Time. So we're an hour behind y'all.
Yeah, and we'll remember that, chat, for the next show. You know what I was thinking? It is 10 o'clock our time. It's 11 over there, East Coast.
Yeah.
So. All right, chat. Well, what we'll do is we'll speed through our housekeeping here.
We'll get right into the show.
And then we'll jump right into the show. I got my joints on. Hopefully, this don't mess nothing up. Chat. Hold on. If it lags, I'm sorry. There we go. All right, chat. My bad, chat. We back. My bad. So, chat, real quick, okay. $sign Intuition for the Cash App. We appreciate all the donations y'all send in for this show. Also, you can hit the PayPal. The PayPal is in the link in the description below. And also, you can send in your super chats if you'd like. But you know, Cash App and PayPal are better. All right, chat. All right, let's bring up our housekeeping real quick. And we'll jump
PayPal's
into the show.
Mentuition.
PayPal, I don't remember what the PayPal is, but the link is in the description. All right, chat. We have our Patreon, patreon.com/Mentuition. Make sure you guys check it out. This is where you guys will get all the sauce. It is free to join the Patreon. However, if you want to see all the stuff that really got us banned on YouTube, all the guides, breakdowns of how to move in these countries, especially in Cartagena, join the Patreon and you will get the sauce. You can sign up. We have 3 different tiers. Our first tier is our general admission tier. You get access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive Patreon uncensored content, exclusive Discord content, access to videos before they hit YouTube, access to our WhatsApp group, exclusive behind the scenes footage, and special Discord access. Next up, we have our VIP tier. You get access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answer per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off a consultations, 10% off the merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least, if you want to support us at the highest level, you can join our All Access Pass membership. You get 1 free consultation per month, up to 1 hour, 25% off additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 50,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, access to the Mentuition Mafia WhatsApp group, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts for our merch, yacht parties, and other events. And guys, don't forget to join the Discord. The Discord is mentuitiondiscord.net, or just hit the link in the description of the YouTube and you can join the Discord for free. Discord is just a community where we all can talk to each other. You can download the app on your phone or on your computer or PC, whatever you have. Also, don't forget to join our Facebook group. We have over 1,500 members in our Facebook group. Shout out to the Facebook group. Get Your Passports Facebook group, man. Y'all been going hard. I've been seeing the posts, man. Shout out to y'all. Also, guys, you can sign up for the Mentuition Mafia. That is our YouTube membership. And it's only, what is it, $3.99 a month. And, you know, to really help us out a lot. If you guys join that, if everything else is a little too expensive for you. Also, guys, we have our Mentuition meetup coming up on August 6th to August 10th, guys. We're going to be going real hard on advertising for this meetup, guys, for the next, till the meetup. So I would say really from this show, definitely the next show on, we're going to be pushing the meetup. We got Travelversity pulling up. We got a lot of special guests pulling up. We got a lot of the Mafia pulling up. So make sure you guys pull up. You can use coupon code EARLYBIRD. That early bird coupon is going to go away, what, soon?
Yeah.
I would say.
I say get it soon.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say. I don't know. I don't know
we're not
when,
keeping
but
that coupon
yeah.
going, chat.
Yeah.
So those of you who are procrastinating on your ticket, purchase your ticket now, man. It's going to be crazy. Me and Al got some crazy stuff in store for this meetup, man. It's going to be so much fun. I'm excited. We were talking about some stuff earlier today that we're going to do. You guys are in shit. It's going to be one of the most epic fucking meetups, epic trips ever. So make sure you get those tickets. Mentuitionmeetup.com, or just go to mentuitionnetwork.com. You can purchase those tickets. We'll probably put the video back up soon, chat. We had a promo video that we took down, but we're going to put it back up, edit it up a little bit, and put a new one up to get everybody hyped. So stay tuned for the Mentuition meetup, August 6th or August 10th. All right?
What I'll say too is one last thing as far as the Patreon goes, the highest tier, the All Access Pass, those are for people that really want to become digital nomads, expats, all of that stuff. Me and Steve are living it, right? We've done it, talked about it. We're actually living it. We're overseas. We have the setup. We have everything. Starlink on the patio, chilling, working during the day, and then you know, we get to enjoy life at night and go out and do stuff and kick it. Me and Steve had 3 girls over last night. Kicked it with them, playing Twister, going crazy, all sorts of craziness with the 3 girls. I sent it in the Mafia chat. They saw it. They got a chance to see some of the stuff that was going on. If you want to live this life overseas, work remotely from the United States, that's the best way to do it. You get the complimentary consultation once a month, free consultation once a month, and then on top of that, you get a list of 50,000 remote jobs. Me and Steve, like I said, we're living proof that you can do it. And yeah, if y'all want to do it, just hit us up. Join that tier. We'll get you right.
Yeah, any of you guys want to live, work overseas, that's a whole consultation in itself. So make sure you guys book that consultation, man. A lot of you guys like I said, a lot of people in the travel space like to make fun of the consultations, but I think it's very well worth it. And you know, like I said, me and Al, we literally just made the move last week. We're here. We're out of the United States. We're out of the Matrix permanently now. So, you know, we've been traveling for a while now, but I'm just saying now we left everything behind and we're here and we're just going to keep powering through and powering forward. So if you want to make your journey, get that passport, and you want to get overseas and really live this kind of lifestyle, and like I said, just man, me and Al got massages today, motherfucking. We got a maid, chef.
Yeah.
I mean, literally instantly your life turns around when you live overseas, especially if you get a decent job. So
yeah, and there's like, we're gonna do some breakdown videos, and we're gonna do a lot more content. I think maybe for Patreon members. We might add like I don't know. I'm gonna talk to Steve about some ideas that I have. I don't want to say them out loud, but we're gonna do a lot more Patreon content for the supporters, for the people. And yeah, me and Steve have a maid. The maid comes over and cooks breakfast. Me and Steve are already at work. We pop out 10, 11, breakfast is ready, chilling, makes enough to have for the rest of the day. We don't have to keep spending money on eating out, all that stuff. We're able to cut our costs there, and then cleans up the place, all that stuff. And then we get shit. We live crazy. We're living crazy already. We doing it big. So yeah, man.
100%.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. Shout out to Mikash Mivoy, became a member of the Men's Wish Mafia. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much.
Honey.
He just joined our YouTube membership for $3.99, man. Mikash Mivoy, again, appreciate you, bro. All the love and support. Yeah, chat. I think we're ready to jump into the show, right?
Yeah, we got some breaking news.
Okay. Breaking news, guys. Breaking fucking news. Zoe, Barber World TV, aka what was that?
International Zoe.
International Zoe. There we go. Almost forgot the third name. Chat was over there in Thailand. Who would have thunk it, chat? That Thailand could be so dangerous. Who would have thought that? Maybe you need to watch your drinks. Maybe you need to watch your beer, your cervezas.
The devil's breath.
International Zoe was robbed, guys. He was robbed. Okay, he was robbed in Thailand. We talk about how safe Thailand is. Apparently, it's not safe enough, chat. We tell you guys, pay attention everywhere, because some of these places are hurting, not making enough money, and they will do what they got to do to get you. Okay, they will do what they got to do to get you. Nobody is your friend, chat. Nobody is your friend in these countries.
Yep.
I'm not saying you can't find friends per se, but what I'm saying is don't just be all, especially with these establishments, especially with people who are trying to sell you something, or you go into somewhere to buy something, or like I said, you're getting a service. They're not really your friends. They don't fuck with you like that. Okay. You know, Zoe is a very well-versed traveler. Okay. He doesn't get into a lot of problems, issues, you know, people trying to scam him. I'm pretty sure people try to scam him, but we don't hear anything really negative about Zoe when he's traveling. He's been doing this shit for a long time, and every other week he's somewhere else. And, you know, he goes to places that are considered more dangerous, like Colombia, like Brazil. And his first problem that I've seen, or at least that he's publicly talked about in this way, has been Thailand. So we have a video. Al, did you want to say anything before we?
Yeah, shout out to Zoe. Want to play the video, want to talk about it. This type of thing could happen to anyone. I think I'll reserve my thoughts after the video, because I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
But yeah, this type of thing can really happen to anyone. This is the type of thing that could happen, you know, even if me and Steve are together over in Thailand, we go to the same bar or something like this. This could literally happen to anyone. So I was shocked to hear about it, but also at the same time, not surprised. This type of thing, they tried to do it to me and Steve here in Cartagena, but me and Steve were able to fight back in a different type of way, and we'll talk about our story. For those of you that don't know, and yeah, we'll talk about Zoes. We'll go over that. We'll give our thoughts on it, and then we'll talk about the thing that happened to us here in Cartagena that was very similar.
Absolutely.
Let me see. Here it is.
We'll bring up Zoe's video. Shout out to Zoe. Everybody's using AI for the thumbnails now, so
yeah,
AI is getting crazy.
Yeah,
but shout out to AI. AI has been good for that.
Yeah,
People
everybody's thumbnail
game
is up, especially Rello. Rello's thumbnail game. Shout out to him. He's been doing his thing with the thumbnail.
Rello hit me on the back end, no Diddy, and I think he's been trying to, turn his content around and be more of a, editor. Be more of like a real YouTuber that doesn't just do live streams and what people call crash out content. He's actually trying to get more in editing or finding an editor. So he was hitting me on the back end about certain things, no Diddy, but shout out to him. He really is trying to take his content to the next level. And, he knows who to go to. You know what I'm saying? He knows that we are really them. So shout out to him. And see, I'll say this too. Some of y'all, before we play this video, y'all have to understand that when someone knows more than you, you need to be able to use your network. Don't ever feel too proud to be able to use the people around you. Everybody can be used. There's nothing wrong with being used. Just what are you using me for, and what are your intentions? So that's one nugget I'll give some of you guys out there. But back to the Zoe thing. Let's bring this up, and we'll play Zoe's video first, and he'll give us his perspective on what happened here over in Thailand. Here we go. Look at that thumbnail. All right, here we go. Shout out to Zoe.
Boom, you heard the title. Who would have thought that I would get robbed in Chiang Mai, Thailand? Hustler's ambition. All right, let me get to the story. I went to this area. It was called Yellow Peppers or something. It's like a party district in Chiang Mai, not too far from the old town, or whatever it's called, the city center. Took a taxi over there, a boat. I went over there. It was a lot of it was like a young white crowd mostly, or like college students. It could have been some Asians mixed with white girls, white guys, a little bit of everything, but mostly kind of young. And the music they was playing, it just wasn't a vibe for me. I stayed a little while, filmed a little bit, jumped in the Uber. I think it was this night. Bolt, and to go home. And when they dropped me off in front of my hotel, there's those tuk-tuk trike drivers. They'll have the little 3-wheel joint. And he was like, "Hey man, I can take you to a karaoke spot, real nice. I'll wait for you too." Always be leery in Asia when the Bolt, the moto driver, the trike, whenever they want to bring you somewhere, they're getting paid to bring you there, and it's usually somewhere that I got another regret one or Hustler's Ambition. I'm gonna tell you about that too, but this one. So I'm like, cool. I was bored. I had nothing to do. I was like, maybe I could film in there. They sing the songs, that they put the songs on the screen and sing, right? But when I went in there was like, well, you could have a room. Now the room was pretty big, and it was like you could pick like 2 girls that could entertain you. They'll sing for you. This is not no kinky stuff. They just sing karaoke for you. So, and it was like, hey, this, you could buy this, and that's it. Then you pay for the girl, the girls to sing. So, and there was gave me one. I picked 2 girls, and they gave me a 3rd girl. So they started bringing the mixes for this. It was like a cognac or something or whatever. They brought in Coca-Cola, some type of cola, and water. And then they're singing, and I'm filming them. I'm filming them with my phone, and I'm like, okay, this is some cool content. I can show people. So, but I noticed that, and they have a cart right near the door of the room. And I noticed the guy keep coming and opening more waters and opening more sodas. And I'm like, she's like a girl trying to tell you, drink up. And I'm like, relax. You know what I'm saying? I sip my joint, relax. And I'm looking, so they singing, and one girl's quiet, but she looks like worried or something. I'm like, well, okay. So I see them, the dude in the door keep, and I'm like, yo, it's like Like they were literally, they had opened a half dozen or more colas and waters, and it wasn't even that many of us in the room, and I definitely wasn't drinking no colas and no waters. And I'm like, why do they keep opening up all these, you know? And the girl, like this girl was like the mama son to the girls, even though she was pretty and young. She was a little older than them. And she kept trying to drink her. And I said, damn, I feel like I'm getting scammed, right? So after about maybe 10, 15 minutes, I like, yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go. And I should have known, because before I bought the bottle and sat in a room, I went to the bathroom. But the girl like followed me to the bathroom, like if I was going to leave. And I'm like, so I go out of the room into the main floor. Like, you come in, there's a bar, there's some tables, and then there are rooms. And I see two white guys and then they're like, we're going to give you your bill, but you got to go back inside the room. I was like, why do I have to go inside the room to get my bill? And they was like, you got to go inside the room. And I'm like, I'm not going back inside the room. I was like, damn, I'm in some shit. You know, I'm in some shit. I didn't know how much shit I was in, but I'm in some shit. So they keep telling me, and the girl's like, go inside the room. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not going inside the room, period. And the white guys are like looking like, what's going on? So they bring me the bill, right? Now, the bill is $900, or maybe a little more or something. It was $900. And I said, are you effing kidding me? And they be like, that's your bill. And I'm like, I'm not paying that shit. You fucking kidding me? And so we go back and forth. And the girl's like, you got to go in the room. We could talk about it in the room. And I'm like, I'm not going in the fucking room. So literally, the bouncers, the hostess, the guy popping up everybody grabbed me and basically dragged me back into the room. And they was like, you got to pay this bill. You know what I'm saying? They said it like you pay this bill, you're going to get your ass whipped. Now, if I was probably with one more person, I probably would have got my ass whipped, because if me and the person was like, nah, we ain't paying it, we would have got our ass whipped. But I was by myself. So I paid with my credit card, right? And then they tried to straighten my shirt up. They had wrinkled my shirt, and they tried to straighten I'm like, I gave them the credit card. I went outside, and I couldn't believe, like, I got punked in Chiang Mai. Now, Chiang Mai is supposed to be the city with the most temples. It's supposed to be the laid back, cool. I mean, I never had a problem, like nothing, never had no problem. And I've been to Koh Samui, I've been to Phuket, I've been, Bangkok. I've been to at least 6 cities in Thailand, right? Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai. So I go outside and I call my credit card company. I walk up the street a little bit. I cancel the card. So I don't know if they got the money or not, but I canceled the card. I explained to them the situation. By the time I got another tuk-tuk that was going back down the street to head to my hotel, they were pulling the gate down in that spot. So they got their money for the day, I guess. Like, they was like, I don't know if they do it every day or what. And then it surprised me. They was gangster. They did it to a brother. So you imagine what they would have did to them white boys. But yeah, that was crazy. So basically, I got punked or robbed in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Now, everybody said, oh, Thailand is safe. I mean, shit happens everywhere. Hustler's Ambition, International Zone.
All right, chat. On phone they was on that kind of timing, chat. That type of timing in Chiang Mai, Thailand. They said, you ain't going nowhere. Hold up, wait a minute. You gonna give me that check, nigga.
Give me the loot.
Spin the check and get it right back. Give me the loot, nigga. Give me the loot. Swati cop. Right? You think it's all Swati cop. And they fucking come in there and take your motherfucking money, nigga. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Right? Y'all think it's all Swati ka. It's not Swati ka. Kakun ka. Nitnoi ka. Right? It's not all of that all the time, chat. They saw a lick and they said, hold on, let's keep opening up these bottles. Let me keep opening up these bottles.
You're a monster.
I'm gonna keep opening them up. And every time I open up, what is it? The $50. Because what they was doing is had to been charging them what?
I can't believe they ran that nigga's check up off of like Coca-Colas and shit.
And water. And
Coca-Colas and waters.
And ice.
How many Coca-Colas and waters? Like, that's crazy. $900. They probably added a couple bottles in.
Man.
But yeah, that's wild. Me and Steve actually were in one of those similar type of places in the Philippines when we went there.
Yep.
Same type of setup. We could play some. I got the video.
You can put it on. You can put it in the chat out.
Yeah, I'll put in the. I'll just play it like in the background.
You want to bring it up on yours?
Yeah, I'll just play it without sound. But yeah, me and Steve were in these spots in the Philippines. Yeah, when we were in Manila. Let me see.
Do theater mode though. With the, yeah. There you go.
All right. So yeah, me and Steve went to one of these spots. They had the girls. You get to pick the girls, and basically you singing karaoke, you chilling. I chose this one. Steve chose this brunette chick, and we were singing karaoke, chilling. You in a room. They bring drinks out. They do all that shit. So we actually were in one of these spots. Now, in the Philippines, they see a lot less. I would imagine in where we were, they're going to see a lot less tourists as opposed to where Zoe was. So they're going to try to get people like that. Like they see Zoe as a lick or whatever, and they're going to try to extort him, or that's the way a lot of these places are. As Steve said, they are not your friend. You get a lot of people coming up to you in these countries that try to act all friendly, act like you're cool. You may know them, you may have seen them around. Me and Steve, when we first touched down, there were like three people at the airport. Yo, you remember me? One of the dudes got mad because I didn't remember him from the Wall City. I'm like, bro, I'm running into a million of y'all niggas that try to be my friend, quote unquote, try to tour guide and show me around in a place that I've been for the last 6-7 years, that you try to tour guide me around, and then you mad because you saw me out, you remember me, and then I don't remember you. So, but yeah, these people are not your friends. A lot of these people in these other countries aren't your friends. And so they may act like, yo, I got a spot for you to go to. This spot's a recommendation, but nah, they're getting paid by that place to bring you there. And then, once you're there, they're looking at you as a lick. They're trying to extort you. I had some other stuff in the Discord. There was a story on Glow nightclub and some of these other nightclubs in Meddy that were running up people's tabs and charging them way after they were gone and all that stuff. Bro, a lot of these countries do not really mess with you the way you think they do.
Right.
There's a lot of videos. Oh, they love us over here. No, they don't love you over here. They don't fuck with you. They're acting like they do because you have money, right? So don't get it confused. They're just doing that because you have money. Now, I think Zoe was very smart in the way he handled it. I think that, shit, I do the same shit. Shit, I got American Express. I'll pay that on there. If it's all these dudes, I'm by myself. Shit, I'm gonna pay it on there on the American Express, and I'm gonna charge that shit back. And American Express is gonna win me my case, right? So it don't really matter, But is I don't know. I think it's easy sometimes to just not want to pay it, try to stand up to the people trying to bully you. And I think it depends on the situation. Me and Steve handled things a little bit differently on the beach, but the situation's a lot different. Me and Steve are together, but they try to surround us, all this stuff. They try to get us to pay. But it was actually similar in a lot of ways the way we handled it. So we can get into that story. We had some footage. We're not going to really play the footage and expose the people. I think we're good on that. But we can kind of get into that story. You wanna tell the story?
Which one?
When we were on the beach.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can get into that. I'll just
thoughts.
give my thoughts real quick on this Zoe situation. So, as I said, chat, you're never really safe as far as people trying to get money out of you. This really angers me a little bit because I feel like, man, we should all go back to that spot, ask them where it's at, pull up on them motherfuckers and rough them up a little bit. That's how I feel like. I really feel like if you're gonna do that shit to Zoe, like I just feel like it's like, damn, like really? You know what I'm saying? And then they shut down their doors because he could call the cops. So they shut everything down, act like they're not there. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks the kind of shit that they try to do to us as tourists. I mean, in the United States, that's one thing I like about our country, even though people do get ripped off in our country too. I just feel like we don't treat people who come to our country like that. If you come to the United States, it's not a bunch of places, oh, they don't know what they're doing, let's charge them extra. It's already expensive enough as it is in our country anyway. But I just feel like if you're from Germany or you're from UK or you're from Australia or you're from Colombia, you're from Brazil, when you come to Miami, it's not a bunch of bullshit. You come and it is what it is. Like no one's really trying to just get over on you, especially at a fucking restaurant. Or you go to buy something as simple as a water and they're trying to charge you more. Like, again, our shit's already inflated and expensive, but either way, we're just not thinking that. That's not our mentality. So it just bothers me that they would do something like that to Zoe, first and foremost. Secondly, these places are hurting, bro. They're fucking poor as fuck, bro. They're just super poor. They don't got anything going for themselves. They see a lick and they try to go for it. And that footage that you guys just saw, you know, the best way to really around that, chat, is to say, look, every time you charge me for something, you need to bring out a bill and I'll pay it right then and there. How much is this karaoke going to cost? Okay, it's going to cost $200 US or $150 US. And how long? He said he was only in there for 10, 15 minutes. They charged him $900, chat, for 15 minutes. For 15 fucking minutes. It's crazy. So that pisses me off too. It's just, oh, it's frozen. I don't know why it keeps freezing, chat. I got to figure that out. But yeah, it's just insane. So I really just think that, you know, again, don't think that Thailand and these places are just these, you know, these people are so nice and whatever it is. You got to understand that, again, these people are not on our side. They do not give a fuck about us. And you just got to be very, very careful, you know, with the people you're dealing with. Yeah. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah. I didn't really think about that either. Like in the US, they don't really gringo price people.
Nah, we don't do that shit.
We don't do none of that stuff. So yeah, and I understand why a lot of places do it. They are hurting, but there's a lot of businesses hurting in the US. They could do the same thing, and they don't really do that. I'll say, like I said, if I was Zoe, I would definitely leave a bad review. I would tell people not to go there and tell them, you know, put in the review what happened. And I would have probably, you know, filed a police report or did something. I'm not letting them just get away with that.
Hell yeah.
Something would have happened, but I'm definitely going to pay it and then dispute it with my card company, whatever, Amex, whoever. And it was smart of him to do that, just get out and then fight it later. But yeah, that's, like I said, we were at a similar place in the Philippines that they didn't run up our tab or anything like that. But they would come by and ask us, hey, do you want to buy the girls a drink or whatever? They were trying to do little things to kind of run things up. Like we're about to just buy a bottle. And then they were like, well, if you buy a bottle, you still have to buy the girls individual drinks. But at least they were telling us up front, like what it was and not just adding a bunch of stuff to our tab.
Right.
We spent the money there. We spent a few $100s there, but you know, I'm cool with that because you're not just trying to run up my tab and rip me off, even though you're hurting. Like this place is just like, we're going to get this dude for whatever. And like I said, if I'm Zoe, I'm leaving a bad review. I'm telling others not to go there. I'd have dropped the name of the restaurant or name of the establishment too. Like Zoe's a huge YouTuber. So shit, all he got to do is say one word, don't go here, blah, blah, blah. And then that hurts their business as well. So I would have hit them like that and hurt their pockets even more.
Yeah. We can talk about that if you want to roll into the other thing, and then I'll give my 2 cents of what happened here in Cartagena.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec, chat. I'm trying to fix something real quick. But yeah, in CTG, obviously, guys, it's very similar to, you know, well, it's not similar to Thailand, but it's more aggressive. as far as them trying to get money out of you. And we had an incident on the beach here at Hollywood Beach where a individual on the beach, basically, we sat down, we had 2 girls with us. We're chilling. We asked the girls, do they want a plate of fish? I think they ordered 1 or 2 plates. And we had maybe like 3 to 4 beers. I don't even think it was that much. We got the umbrella, we got the seats, and we didn't really get a bunch of stuff. I think we might have bought the guy a beer. Now, this was a guy who's very, and still is on the beach. He's very popular on the beach. Other YouTubers have recommended us to go to him. He's been in some videos before of other YouTubers. The problem with people overseas, I won't even just make it specific to Colombia, but just these people in these other countries is some of them can't get out of their mind that we are just a dollar sign. They don't look at us as really human beings. They look at us as money and money only. They don't care what happens to us. They don't care about our wallets. They don't care about anything. I understand that you may have to pay more money when you go to other countries. It's just something we have to deal with. Again, they don't have to deal with it when they come to our country, but we have to deal with it when they come to theirs. Fine, whatever. Pay more for certain stuff. Not a big deal, bro. But it's when you're trying to overly, like what they did to Zoe, you're trying to charge them $900 for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's when they do these things where it's like, all right, you inflated the price. I get it. I'm a gringo. You're going to lie to me. Just like here in Colombia, there's a gringo menu and there's a Colombian menu. This is why it's very important while me and Al are here to get cool with Colombian people, to get like Colombian girls, Colombian girlfriend or something to help us get certain stuff, because you're just never going to get the correct price here in most cases, especially when you're out and about doing certain things, if you are not from here. This is just the way they look at us. I don't get it. I don't understand it. There's not an ounce in a lot of some of them are cool, but like a good majority of them, there's not an ounce of like care in their body for our wallets or anything we got going on. And it sucks. So we're on this beach. We get these girls, 1 or 2 plates of food. We probably had less than 5 beers, one of which we bought for the guy who sat us down. And we get our bill.
We bought multiple beers, multiple drinks for the guy. Well, the guy was recommended to us by this idiot. And it's like, yo, go see my guy. He's going to take care of you. Blase blah. Tries to put his name on it. Blase blah. I'm telling you, go to him. And then we go to him. We ask for him. We get set up, all this stuff. We had 2 girls with us, like Steve said. We got the umbrellas. We got a few drinks for ourselves. And then we bought drinks for the dude. The dude was asking us to buy drinks for him. And we're like, cool, we'll buy you a couple drinks and that'll help with the price too, blah, blah, blah. And when we get the bill, the shit was like 500 USD for like 2 the fish and the rice and two plates of those, and then probably about 7 or 8 drinks in total. And drinks in Cartagena, it's not drinks in Miami or whatever, but even drinks in Miami, shit, at $20 a pop, 7 drinks, 8 drinks, that's $160, $140, $160. Let's say we're going off Miami prices. Then you had 2 plates of food to that. Let's say they're $30 a plate. That's $200, right? Let's say we're absolutely going at the highest of the highest prices. That shit should have been $200. That dude was trying to charge us $500, $600, $700. And we're like, yeah, we ain't paying that. And Steve had already started to pay, but he wasn't like, we were lit at the point, and he wasn't thinking about the peso conversion. And I'm like, bro, that's like a lot of money. And then we thought about it, and then it was already too late because he had already paid some of it. So then me and Steve talked to the dude afterwards. And as it's happening too, there's guys on the beach like, yo, y'all really gonna charge them like this? Like, y'all don't know who this is. This is Mentuition. Like, they're huge YouTubers. He's like, yeah, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna charge him. He's like, you really shouldn't do that. Nah, I don't care. I'm gonna charge him. Cool. So then me and Steve I took video as it was happening, and I told the dude, I'm like, yo, you can either fix this price or I'm gonna post this online and you know, and people are gonna stop going to you and start going to someone else. The choice is yours. And long story short, we were able to get everything taken care of. But we came down to a reasonable price. But it was still overcharging us, but it wasn't, I think we paid them like maybe $150, settled it for that. But shit, that's how we decided to handle that specific situation. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I think as far as what Zoe did, I think he handled it the right way. And that's probably how I would have handled it if it was just me alone there, all these dudes. Like I'm not really trying to get jumped. Like I don't mind fighting if I need to as a last resort, but shit, I'm not trying to get jumped by like 5 or 6 people over some shit that my credit card company's gonna just give me back anyway. Like I really don't.
Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second, chat. I'm gonna fix my camera here, but yeah, I know you guys can still hear me. Make sure you guys can still hear me. Hold on. There we go. Check. All right. Oh, now it's laggy. That's weird. Man, oh man. Hold on, chat. I'm trying to figure this out. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Jesus. Oh, this wants to work. Hold on, chat. Nope, still laggy. All right, chat. I have to figure it out in a little bit. Give me a little bit. We'll figure it out. Damn. And then Al, your shit's now frozen. We'll just have to use the center camera for now, chat. We'll just use this for the rest of the show, chat. We'll have to figure it out on the next one. Or I got so much stuff plugged into this MacBook, chat. It just doesn't like me. It's like 1,000 things plugged in. And one of the problems with the Mac is you can't use all the ports or plug in 8 cameras, or we only got 3, but it just doesn't like it. So we'll just use the center for now. We'll figure it out later. But so yeah, you were talking about the fighting on the beach, like what they do now.
I was just talking about the story, like what happened with us and how we were able to figure it out. And
what were you saying? That jump though, get jumped.
I was saying Zoe handled it right because I'm not like, I don't mind fighting, like if it's necessary,
right?
But I'm not trying to get jumped by like 5 different people.
Yeah.
Solo dolo, and I know that my credit card company's gonna give me the money back anyway. Like It's not even any point if I know that shit, I got an Amex, I'm a high tier Amex member. Like, what's the point of me getting into a physical altercation where they could shank that, like
beat your ass and have to buy
stab or something, like I could lose my life over, like it's not even any point. So I'm gonna just give you it, and then I'm gonna just charge it back, and then Amex is gonna take care of the rest.
Facts. Okay, I get what you're saying now. So one of the things I wanted to jump into about the fighting though is now on Hollywood Beach here in Colombia and Cartagena, they'll do that. They'll charge you a bunch and they'll surround you.
Yeah.
And they'll do this thing where it's like, and what? We'll all jump you right now, right? First of all, there's a bunch of cops on the beach, and I don't even think they would actually jump you, but they definitely use intimidation tactics here in a lot of these other countries, like what they did with Zoe. So we've seen it, and we've seen it happen in Colombia in public. See, the difference between Zoe's situation and the situation that we've seen here in Cartagena is that they'll do it on the beach, surround you with a bunch of Colombian dudes looking like this, like they don't let you leave the beach or whatever. And we could all watch it happening. Like me and Al are sitting there looking like, look at these motherfuckers. So these motherfuckers, like I said, they're just poor as fuck, bro. Like I'm not trying to make fun of people's situation, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like they're not making enough money, and they, like I said, they only look at us as dollar signs, and it sucks. Like it's just like we're not in that position, chat. You know what I'm saying? I try to take myself out of my mindset. I still would never do that to somebody, but I try to take myself out of this mindset where like these people are struggling, y'all. Like they literally are struggling They don't know where their next meal's gonna come from. They got, whatever they got going on. In my opinion, that should mean work harder. You know what I'm saying? Try to get cool with more gringos. Like the guy that we were on, he could have got cool with us and we'd have just kept spending money.
We would have sent other people there. Yeah, it's all now.
They would rather lose. The problem with these other countries is that they would rather try to get you all at once. It's really actually dumb mentality. It's like it's low vibrational, stupid, broke mind, broke boy mentality, right? You're broke. You don't have any money, and then you don't even have enough decency to really like think, well, maybe I should actually be cool with these people because
I had enough of broke boys. I can't talk to broke boys.
I'm broke. They have money. They could teach me a thing or two, but not only that, they'll just keep coming back. And like Al said, they'll literally just send all their friends to me, and I'll end up being rich or at least being prosperous off of these people. If me and Al would have had a great experience at these places on Hollywood Beach with that guy, we would have never went to anyone else. Yeah. So now when we see the dude, we don't ever talk to him. We don't say nothing to him. He gives us a little look. It didn't even have to be like that, bro. You made it like that. It's your fault.
Yeah. And then on top of that, they don't understand relationship building. Like that's one of the most important things in life. Even if you're broke, like you could have not a penny to your name, but you could rely off of your relationship that you built for people to help you get a leg up. Like, God forbid I was ever in a situation where I didn't have any money at all or whatever. Like I have people around me that'll help me. Like I'm not gonna beg them for money, but they would help put me on. They help me get a job or help me do something. I have those people in my life because I built up those relationships, and I would help them the same if they were ever in that situation. So if you build a relationship with me and Steve, you already have somebody that recommended us to you,
right?
Then you're going to make even more money, but you're just looking at it as now. Mm-hmm. There was me and Steve, like one of the first times we came down here, we did a little yacht day. We went to Chalone, had some girls with us and stuff, and brought our own liquor and all this stuff. And we're on a boat. We went to Chalone. We partied all day. And then at the end of the day, we're about to go and give this dude a tip that helped out. We go to the ATM, and this dude steals our alcohol that we had left over and then runs off. Mm-hmm. Well, he's just looking at it as now, ha, 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 I got this dude's alcohol. It's a little kid at the time. I got these dudes' alcohol, and I'm going to run off with it. And we see him here I see him here on a regular basis. And like, is like, bro, you could do that to the wrong person and they're gonna mess you up. Like for us, it's like, bro, you got $25 from us. Like, cool. Like I'm not worried about that alcohol. Me and Steve were going back. I think we were flying to Meddy the next day or whatever. So it really didn't matter, but it didn't have to be like that. Now you have a shitty relationship with people that are here all the time. Now we could put you on. We could have had you helping us do certain things and paying you to help us, and looking out for you, but now you don't have that because you try to steal from us.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, chat. It really is unfortunate in these countries that they just can't look at us as like being
human
and being, I don't know, say friends, but just being like having a good relationship with us. They think that I don't know what they think. Maybe they think they're only gonna be here once, and bro, me and Al still to this day see this dude that we dang near basically got into a fight with. We see this nigga every time we come, and we're just looking at him. He's looking at us. It's like, bruh, like it didn't even have to get to that point, right? That we were in a scuffle, right? And it's like, y'all think that we're not gonna come back here, and we come back. We've seen the dude that stole our alcohol at least 10 times.
Bro, it's more than that.
At least, that's what I'm saying. At least it could be at
more,
least 15, 20. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, it's just not worth. You know what I mean? And then dude that stole our alcohol, he kind of shook too. He'd be like,
he's still shook.
He'd be like, I don't want to, like, because he knows.
Yeah.
And I called him a thief in Spanish. He tried to come up and dap me. I'm like, nah, you stole my alcohol. You're a ladrón. It's like a thief. You're fucking Robert, Ladron. Like, so I don't fuck with you, bro. So it's just like, and I really did want to beat the fuck out of the dude, but I'm just like, bro, we're not over here to do that. But it's like, bro, like, we could have used you for this yacht shit every time. They're like so stupid.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat explain why, like, do y'all understand? Like, it's like, why is your mentality just get like, but it's just broke. It's just, I don't have money. I'm hurting.
I think it's like, I think another thing is they see everywhere outside of first world countries, black people are at the bottom of the barrel. Like, you think black people are at the bottom of the barrel in America, go to any other country in the world outside of a first world country, and they are like the scum on your shoe. Like, and so they see these American people, these American black men, and they have a hatred because it's like, yo, why are you have all this money, I don't have it. Like, it's like kind of like a hatred. And so that, I think that's part of it too. But yeah, like, you just gotta, once you understand that, you know, no matter how cool you are with these people, and it's not, like I said, it's not a Colombia thing, it's not a Thailand thing, it's not one country thing, it's just an overseas in general thing. Like, once you realize, like, these people are not your friends, no matter how cool you think that they are with you, no matter how many times they're, yo, I go here and this person takes care of me, he's not your friend. This person is not your friend. So you just got to understand that. And once you understand that, you can just move accordingly.
Yeah. Let's go over some of the comments real quick. JC said they burn bridges for a quick buck in Colombia. Crazy, bro. Banks, shout out to Banks, trying to get a quick dollar. They don't think long term. Absolutely.
Yeah, facts.
Flexico, they think they are never going to see you again. And then when they start to see you on a regular basis, they're like, oh, fuck, not realizing I either live there or I'm always coming back.
100%. That's every time we see this dude, it's like the, oh, fuck. It's like the Metal Gear Solid, like they spot you type shit. Like, oh, shit. Like he this dude always has that dumbass look on his face when he sees us, and it's like, bro, like I could fuck you up, but I'm cool on it. Like, we're not over here for that.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it's a give and take, chat. I'm happy. Obviously, this is such a much more of a better life than being in the Matrix. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but in certain countries specifically, you just have to, like, more than others, Colombia than others, but like just in general, like, it does suck that you feel like everyone is just trying to get money out of you.
Yeah.
It's like you're a rich person now. You're not really rich, but like you're rich by their standards or well off, and it's just everything is just money.
Yeah,
everything. You know what I mean? And I want you guys to realize in life, money. Me and Al were talking about this earlier. A lot of your problems and issues, it's money. Like, you know, I was talking to a Spanish lady here, and she was telling me about how she has 2 or 3 kids. Her husband left her. By the way, Chad, that's very common in Colombia. Single moms, whether they're pros or just regular chicks, I don't know what it is, but the dudes here just be leaving. Almost as worse as the United States. But that's a whole nother topic. But I was talking to her, and I was just telling her, like, because she was telling me about the man who left her, and I was like, well, does he take care of the 3 kids that you have? She's like, no. I'm like, he doesn't send them any money. She's like, no. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So he just left you, which when it happens, but like in the United States, it happen anywhere in the world, but like she's literally in a third world country trying to take care of, you know, 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? Now, the good thing for her is one of her daughters, I think, is like older. So she's really only taking like 1 or 2. But like her whole life, she said she's been gone from this guy. They've been separated for 10 years. So 10 years ago, they were all young. She had to basically do everything and get it out the mud. So money is the root of a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying? It just is. And, you know, people don't like to talk about that. You know what I mean? I've had girlfriends where we both are making money, and I'm not thinking there's money's an issue, but it is an issue. You know, things would come up, or I would buy things for her. When we broke up, I had bought this girl like $1,000 couch, paid $500 for some front row tickets. Especially when things are going wrong, or y'all are about to break up, or a breakup happens, money becomes an issue, right? Even in marriage. So I want you guys to really just think, when you're dealing in relationships, yes, you want someone you connect with. Yes, you want a woman that you like and love and all of that stuff. That's all cool. But money also is a huge factor, and you have to think about how much money you're putting out, even when you're dating a girl, all of that stuff, man. And this is why the last thing I'll say is, again, a lot of you guys who talk shit on men who trick. There was a guy today, there was some comment, some video that came out, and he was like, this dude basically went up to these girls in the mall and was just like, yo, I'll buy you this and I'll buy you that. He was just tricking straight off the jump. And this dude was like, I'm tired of y'all trick ass dudes. What happened to wholesome women? And then he said some shit like, all of y'all are simps. And I responded, I'm like, bro, a simp is different than a trick. Quit calling guys who are tricking simps. I get that you're triggered that he got these two girls basically to do a threesome. He just rolled up on these two girls and they were like, yeah, we'll fucking chill out. And he definitely wasn't fake because he had the Meta glasses. But like, there were certain guys in the comments, like, and I get it, like, what happened to the women and blah, 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 blah. Y'all niggas is tricks. Y'all ain't get it off the muscle. Cool. But please stop calling tricks simps, right? Simps give women money for
and
nothing.
Don't get anything.
Don't get nothing. Tricks at least get what they want. So this dating shit, all this shit is really based off of money and your time and the value that you put in things.
Burner account 2 said, how does Steve know more Spanish than people who have been there for 1+ years and claim to pull regular jobs? Steve made a decision and buckled down and been studying like crazy Spanish. He's been consistent on it for years at this point, and his Spanish game is on point. So
put in the work.
Just put in the work. Yeah. So
I had a teacher.
I'll be there very soon. I've been studying myself. I've been there for about 4 months. So I got a lot of work to do myself, but I'm proud of how far I am. I can understand a lot of things, and gonna continue to study that and, you know, be fluent as well. So that's the goal for me. But yeah, shout out to him. The only thing about today ran off.
Yeah, I mean, we'll move on in a moment, chat, but let us know in your experience when you're in Colombia or some of these other countries, what your experience is like as far as how they feel about you. Do you feel like you're just like a dollar sign to some of these places? I do feel like Thailand in particular, going back to the Zoe thing, I felt that the people there were nice. I didn't really feel like we were definitely getting overcharged for certain things, but I didn't feel like it was kind of like a FU type of situation, like in some of these Latin countries. But I don't know, man. It could happen anywhere. You know what I mean? When we were in the Philippines, I definitely think when we went to that karaoke spot, they definitely were, you know, charging us more or whatever they were doing. But a lot of these places
they were asking us though, at least. Like they were trying to, like I said, the example was they were saying that we could get a bottle, but then we still had to buy the girls individual shots.
Right.
They couldn't drink from our bottle
or
whatever. Like it was like, that doesn't really make sense, but cool. Like y'all want a little extra money. Like bro, I don't really care for like shit, $10, $15.
Give
more,
us a good
cool.
experience.
That's what I want.
So we want to come
That's
back.
what I want. So
give us a good experience, man.
The poll, I said, would you pay the tab? It was 50-50.
The Zoe tab?
Yeah.
Damn,
50-50. So yeah, it was 50-50 on that. Yeah, I'm not, if I'm solo dolo, I'm not gonna get jumped by 5 people and risk losing my life when I got a card that's gonna just take care of all that shit, and then I just charge it back and not have to pay anything. Like you got to be smart when it comes to stuff like that. Like you got to save fighting to when it's absolutely necessary. But yeah, I thought he was smart the way he handled it. Do you want to? I was trying to find that video. I don't know if anybody can post. One of the mods have it or anything, but there was the video with basically people being overcharged for their tabs at Glow and some of these other spots in Meddy. The dude came back. I forget the guy's name. If you guys could send me that.
It was on Instagram, I thought.
Yeah, it was. If you guys have that content creator, he's
Isn't it the white boy?
It's the white guy. Yeah, he mixed it. I don't remember his name.
Let me see if I can find him. He be coming up on my feed all the time.
Same here.
What's this nigga's name, chat? Let me see. You know, it's funny, chat. Every time you want to find some shit, then you can't find it. You know what I mean? This dude be popping up on my feed every fucking day. This Choco shit, I should have showed them this. Chat, there's just Choco videos that keep coming up on my shit now where they're like in a crowd and everyone's like jumping on top of each other. It's so funny. This shit look lit though, I ain't gonna lie. Hold up, chat. I met a guy from Choco earlier today too. Damn, her booty big as hell. See, when you scroll through Instagram, it's like they putting everything to just get your attention, chat. But yeah, there's this white guy. All he really does is talk about Colombia. He talks about, I'm sure Unseen Medellin probably follows him. Capo. Let me see if I go through our mutuals. I think we can find him that way. Hold on, chat. White guy, what is his name? Hold on, chat. Yeah, I don't know his name, chat.
Sorry, we can move on if we need to.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll try to get him on the next show, chat. But yeah, he was basically showing some bills from other places. So we'll bring it up next time for you guys. We'll try to do our research on it and we'll get it for the next show. But yeah. Lord Flexco says, it depends on where you are. It makes a big difference on how people are going to treat you also. Well, Flex, you go to Barranquilla a lot, right? So what's your experience in Barranquilla? Barranquilla is...
He said they got him the first time for like $100.
Yeah, but you also hang around people from Barranquilla. Now you know how to move and you can ask them to buy it for you. Or if they see you with them, they won't charge you more. So that's what's the benefit of knowing people from the country and rolling with the people from the country. You can go deeper in the barrios and you don't have to worry about a bunch of motherfuckers trying to fuck with you all the time. Okay, well, we can move on to the next topic, chat. You want to talk about
the next topic.
MTR?
Yes, sir.
Chat, we got some breaking news, man. Breaking news, and we're gonna bring up our video where we went in at. We gotta get that up. Breaking news, chats. MTR, aka Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. One of the popular YouTubers, good friend of Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I got a chance to meet Kevin. I've been on Mediocre Tutorials show a few times just to pop in. He knows who Mentuition is, okay, which is cool. Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews recently took a trip to Thailand, chat. Not the same place Zoe was, chat, but he went to Thailand, and guys, MTR is officially a Passport Bro, chat. He's officially part of the Passport Bro crew. He's trying to make up a new thing called Visa Boys. I don't know if I like Visa Boys, but chat, could we expect MTR?
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
Get your passports.
Get your passports, nigga. Chat, can we expect MTR to be a real passport bro and come to Colombia?
Get your passport, nigga.
Go to Brazil. Maybe we'll catch him in Delirium. Maybe in the Sioux, chat. Who knows? I'm excited, chat. It brings tears to my eyes.
Of joy.
No, of joy. Joy, not sadness, chat. Of joy to know that, okay? MTR is now a passport bro, chat. So we're gonna bring up a few videos. Shout out to CJ coming through. He said Robert Eaton on Instagram. Okay, appreciate you, CJ. Yeah, we were trying to find
Do we want to pull it up real quick, or do we want to?
We'll go into this story and we'll go back to that.
All right.
Just because we already did our breaking news. But yeah, chat. So MTR made a video. He, said that he was gonna take a break from YouTube for a while, and then he ended up putting up a picture on his community post in Thailand. He went to Pattaya, Phuket. He really loves Phuket, and I'm sure Bangkok. He had to fly into Bangkok. I don't know if he stayed there, but he basically was just saying passport bros are right. We were right all along. I've watched podcasts from Fresh and Fit where Myron and Sneeko and all these people are on there, and they end up saying, maybe we should all get our passports. And everyone gets silent, and then they get back to arguing with the girls. Chat, I wish I could find that clip, but there was literally a clip of them doing that. Everyone wants to talk about getting your passports.
Get your passport, nigga.
But they don't actually, they get it maybe, but they don't actually use it.
Get your passport, nigga.
And me and Al made a conscious decision and conscious effort to use the passport and get the fuck out of here. And it's funny, people like MTR, people like Fresh and Fit, people like Coach Greg Adams. I saw you guys put Coach Greg Adams in there. They could do the same thing that they're doing in the States overseas, right? Besides getting trashy women that are, you know, saying niggas ain't shit. That's probably what they would lose. But Myron does this political show. MTR does a show right from his studio. He could do that in Thailand. He could do that in South Korea. He could do that in Vietnam. Just get a nice, and he could have a whole staff. And when he's done making his content for the day, talking about US problems, he can go outside in a place that's not the US and enjoy life. Like if me and Al were sitting here talking shit on, you know, American women, which we don't do, but let's say we did, we could do it here in Colombia and walk outside and nobody will give a shit, right? Whereas Myron talking all the shit on all the US stuff, he could do that and then go outside and he don't got to be scared, right? So shout out to MTR, man. I'm just super proud. And we'll bring up the clip of me even saying that to him. But Al, did you want to jump in and say anything?
Yeah. I mean, once I saw it, I had the same reaction as like the rest of YouTube. We're a little bit late on reporting it because we wanted to give this a full segment. We're like, yo, this got to be a full show. And then me and Steve were moving all last week. So we had to make sure that we gave this the correct amount of attention where we had time. Today we got time, cuz.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, man. Today we got time, cuz.
Today I got time, cuz.
So shout out to him. We got a few videos to play.
Yeah.
He went on Zoom to Thailand. Shout out to Zoom. He opened his panel up. We were able to go up, talk to him, have a conversation. And I was like, me and Steve were still unpacking, jet lag. We're like, yeah, we got to pull up to this. Like, we have to. And then afterwards, we're like, shit, we're already loaded up. We got to do a show. We got to check in with the mafia. So, yeah, that was a couple days ago. But shout out to Zoom once again, open up the panel, having MTR on, being in Thailand, and being able to kind of inspire a lot of content creators, such as MTR. But he's inspired a lot of people by being over there and doing it and showing the kind of life you can have. And yeah, this was a dope conversation.
Yeah. So you want to bring this one up first? Or is there another one you want to do? I don't know.
Let's bring this up first, and then we'll get into. We'll save the best for last.
Bring it up on yours then.
All right.
I think it was playing, so it should work.
Yeah.
Again, shout out to MTR, man, doing this thing, man.
I'm about 2.5 weeks into my trip right now. And I knew kind of going into this that what I was not going to do was to make this like primarily for videoing, documenting. But I wanted to give y'all updates, all right? At least what's going through my mind at the time. I don't know when I'm gonna be uploading this, but nevertheless, this is about 2.5 weeks into the trip. So at this particular junction, we can say that I have been satiated enough, indoctrinated enough into what's going on out here, and enough to give at least an initial thought, okay? I'm currently chilling out on the balcony of the spot that I'm saying. All right, you're gonna see one of the streets down there, which then goes and connects to Bangla Road. Hello. Yeah, had to get the spot with the jacuzzi in it, you understand me? Had to get the spot with the jacuzzi in it. Anyway.
He had to get the spot with the jacuzzi. Could have just got the regular spot, but he's like, I gotta get the spot with the jacuzzi. Shout out to MTR, man. This is what we keep talking about, right? You can go outside of the United States. You can live. He lives in Atlanta. He's not getting raked over the coals the way people are in other major cities. Atlanta's pretty reasonable, but I'm sure that the place that he got costs a lot less than the place that he has in Atlanta. A heck of a lot less, probably a third of the price, I would be willing to bet. He's seeing the light. He's seeing the type of life that you can live. The food's better quality. He can eat authentic Thai food. That Thai food was banging. That shit was. They had some of the best food overseas that I've had over in Thailand. So shout out to them. But yeah, you get the spot with the balcony, with the jacuzzi, with the view. Thai chicks galore. Like if that's your type, you know, I'm sure he has some baddies over there. You know, he's just living it up. Shout out to him. What are your first thoughts?
Man, shout out to MTR, man. I'm just happy that he's over there. It looks like a great place. You know, he looks like he's peaceful, man. Looks like he's happy. The fact that this is different content for him, chat. He never makes this kind of vlog style. Like, you only ever see this nigga really in his studio.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen him out with a fucking, you know, DJI mic on, walking around with a Pocket 3 vlogging. So the fact that he would even, you know, want to make this kind of content and post it is awesome, number one. And then number two, you know, I think people are highly interested in what he's going to be doing next or where he's going to be going. I don't know if he's putting clickbaity titles on purpose, but, you know, he put one out like, I'm moving to Thailand, or I'm moving away from the States. But then, like, he didn't necessarily say he was going to do it in that video. He kind of alluded to it, but I mean, he's just trying to really save like his sanity. He doesn't want people to know exactly what he's doing. But I do think ultimately he will leave Atlanta. I think he had to go back, obviously, to get a lot of things in order. He has a house and properties in Atlanta and other places. He has a car. So this is the thing, chat. When you're trying to move overseas, there's a lot of stuff you got to get like just together. And, you know, once you can figure that all out, then you can finally make that move. But whatever he's doing in the United States, he can easily do in Thailand and live a much better life. So I'm just happy, man, to see this video and just see him, you know, enjoying life, man, is just dope.
Shout out to Flex. He said he got the spot at the jacuzzi. He definitely got to get some hookahs in.
Absolutely, Chad. That's why I played that. You know what I'm saying? Now,
At least
MTR,
I want to get a few hookahs in.
He's the type of guy, he's not going to say you know what I mean? He's never going to admittingly say that he pays for play, nor goes to, he said he got a massage. He ain't going to say he got no happy ending, right? He's going to keep it very PG, and he has to. He has a very popular YouTube page. He has a brand. They have some sponsors. So talking to him offline versus online are probably two totally different things. But for him to stick his neck out there, to be one of the highest public enemy number ones of the red pill, I think they put him on like a list of like the most toxic, you know, it was a couple years ago where they like said he was like a Andrew Tate. They put him up there with Andrew Tate. Is like, that was crazy because he actually makes very like, I
don't agree with that,
PG, like
PG-13
cool content. Yeah, like he's not even saying really anything crazy wild, but I think maybe just guilty by association, he was associated with Kevin Samuels. But yeah, shout out to him, man.
Let's chat real quick. So it's about 2.5 weeks in, and I've had an epiphany. There was a moment today when I was getting up from my 2-hour massage, which in total was like $12. Okay. By the way, if you guys come down here, the best masseuses is like the older Thai women. The young ones don't know what they doing. Okay. Go with the older. Okay. If you walking by the shops and they, you know, you see like masseuses this and a third, generally the least attractive, the better the massage. All right. Your eyes are closed anyway. Don't worry about it. Your back will thank you for it. Anyway, it was at the end of the 2-hour, $12 oil massage, one of which there was knots that was taken out of my back that's probably been in there since 2016. I got up and I said to myself, after thinking it probably about for an hour in the massage, and I said to myself, we've all been scammed. We've been sold a lie. We've been told, do good in school. Hopefully you get to go into college, community college, maybe upgrade to a cool 4-year school. or maybe go get yourself a good trade, right? But figure out what you can do in order to be valuable. You get a house, you find a pretty little thing, a PYT, y'all have kids, white picket fence, maybe a dog, maybe a cat, and you're gonna be happy. That shit is a lie. Look around you where you live right now. Is that true? Is that true in the West right now? Right now, and listen, I do well for myself, but I see, when I go into these different stores and I see the price for like eggs and shit like that, I'm like, what the fuck is this? So even if you do all of these things, and unless you find yourself in a particularly high revenue generating work or field, like bump trying to do something that you're interested in and trying to make money, that ain't gonna make no goddamn sense over there. But you go through and you do all of that, and you're left with this sense of what's more. You get left with this feeling of, is that it? But then as that's happening, you're also listening to the propaganda. You're listening to the propaganda of that this is the best place in the world for you to live. That this is the best country in the world, the strongest, military might, the American dream. What is that anymore? Is that even a thing? What's the American dream in 2026? What does that look like? Specifically for a man, one of which it seems as though it is now popularized to make you not feel good for being a man.
Pause it real quick.
It seems as though it is normalized.
So, Chad, he's really spitting some real shit right here, man. And I've said this multiple times on the show. Don't apologize for being a man, because the problem with society now is men are bad, men are stupid, men are weak, men are sassy, men are perverted, just basically blame men for everything. And he's right. Nowadays, you're just made to be, to feel bad for being a man, for having the male instinct, for loving women, for loving being around women, for, I've heard women even say that men are sassy now, bring back catcalling. What happened to all the men? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you women have been given too much power, and then the sassy men have taken over. And then society, right, or the people at the top have basically, what'd you say?
Our guy, the sack.
Oh, Knack Measy. Yeah. Sack. I mean, look, Knack, you always have an opposition, opposing view. But I look, Knack, like, I think that, you're looking at a successful guy, right? Really 3 successful guys, but MTR is super successful. He's probably making on his YouTube page alone.
He said it. He makes like 100,000 a month.
100,000 a month
off of YouTube,
off of his YouTube page. So if this guy's saying, I don't want to be here, I don't want to deal with women. I think he says a story in one of these videos where this one where he was in Atlanta. He's talking to some girls at a bar.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay, I don't think it's in this one, but he did like 3 or 4 of these videos. But in one of the videos, chat, he basically said, I'm at a bar in Atlanta. These girls are asking, I asked them what they were drinking. I tried to do a cheers, just a simple toast. And they started grilling him about how much money he made and why he ain't buy them their drinks or buy them the next round of drinks. And, oh, you're broke, you can't afford it. Not knowing the problem with a lot of women here in the United States in general is they don't know how much money you have. They don't know what you do. And they just assume because you didn't do anything for them, you didn't just open your wallet up, that you're broke. You know what I'm saying? And I had some shit come across my feed the other day. I'm gonna try to find it, where a woman said, this is a woman, she's more like on the guy side. She said, if a woman asks you for money, you should ask her for sex. She was saying that, like, don't let a woman be like, oh, cash at me. If a woman says cash at me, simply say to her, okay, give me some head, and see what she says or what she does. Because there shouldn't be any reason why a woman should have enough courage enough ovaries to just walk into a man. It's like you basically asking a woman for sex with nothing, like to just come up to you and be like, open your wallet, because women know that we work hard for what we do. So okay, open your legs. That's how we need to start treating these women and treating these situations. So they're making fun of MTR, who makes over $100,000 a month on certain months, but even maybe at worst, he's making $50K a month, saying, you know what, I want to get the fuck out of the United States. Get me out of here. I'm tired of it. And Atlanta's real bad, but in really any part of the country, man, it's just unfortunate, Chad. It really is. But again, we don't use our show to shit on women from the United States. We could be talking shit on women from the United States. Or not. You know what we decided to do? Let's pack up and move to Colombia. We don't need to sit here and complain. As men, we have to just figure it out, make a decision, and go forward with that decision. We're problem solvers. Sitting there complaining, that's sassy. Sitting there online, oh, look at these women the whole time, that's sassy. We said, you know what? Let's pack it up and get out of here and give ourselves a better, you know.
I would love to hear Nak's opinion on this. Like, I'd love to have a debate and cook Nak up real quick. But
well, last time he tried to come on, it didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know if we're set up for that tonight, but Nak, we may have to. We've actually, I think Nak's ducking us because we've sent Nak the information. We sent him.
Didn't we get his?
I think I emailed him the phone. I emailed him our phone number.
He's ducking smoke.
He's ducking smoke once again, but he's still our guy, even though he's a smoke ducker. But yeah, maybe if you hit us up, we can set up a debate. And we can debate this topic, because I think it's a great topic to talk about. There's a lot of people that are on Nak's side. I want to pull up the AMS video because he says that he's spitting bullshit, and I want to see because I didn't get a chance to watch that. We've been super busy over the last however many days, so I didn't get a chance to watch the AMS. And then I want to pull up the Zoom one too. So we can watch a little bit more of this and then pull up the AMS one.
To hate men. Men ain't shit. Men are dogs. And I was thinking about it, along with this lie, there's this tactic of holding the carrot in front of the horse so that he runs the race. So he's on that hamster wheel, doing things in order to establish value in accords within a system that does not prioritize his or her mental health. How long is your commute? Shout out to COVID, right? That's a weird thing to shout out, but shout out. Because without being able to travel and see anything different or anything new, people were introduced into a type of a lifestyle, being able to work from home, where now they're like, oh shit, I like this way better. Now there's gonna be pros and there's cons with it, specifically over the long term, being at home for that long. I think it messes with a lot of people's mental health. Nevertheless, that's besides the point of this video. But it forced people, because of a disease, it forced them to think differently about the system that we are currently in. The system, by the way, of a 9 to 5 is like, what, 150 years old? 200 years old? How old is it? It's old enough where that's all that we know, but it's not that old. It's new. We just feel like it's normal. The idea that you have to work 40, 50, 60 hours per week and then still be living in a place where it's tough to make ends meet, or to be living in a place where you walk outside and everything is an advertisement. And listen, that's really anywhere in the world. You know, people are gonna try to sell you things, but it hits a lot different when the average cost of something is markedly low than in the West. The thing is,
okay, so I'm gonna stop it there. I think he's spitting. I think he's really laying down some facts. What is the American dream in 2026? What do you think America would say the America dream is in 2026? I think that's a great question. I think the white picket fence, the house, the leave it to beaver type thing, I think that's completely long and gone. And I don't think most women would want that, as well as most men would want that at this point, with what's going on in America. So I think that's a very good question. What is the American dream? So I want to play a little bit of AMS's response to MTR's video. He said, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of that.
Oh, my bad, chat. God damn it. Where should go? Gotta switch mics. You can play it. Go ahead.
All right.
This is the best country in the world. The strongest military might. The American dream. What is that anymore? Is that even a thing? What's the American dream in 2026? What does that look like? All right, let's have a chat. Let's talk about some things. I'm about 2.5 weeks into my trip right now. And I knew kind of going into this that what I was not going to do was to make this like primarily for videoing, documenting. But I wanted to give y'all updates, all right? At least what's going through my mind at the time. I don't know when I'm going to be uploading this. But nevertheless, this is about 2.5 weeks into the trip. So at this particular junction, we can say that I have been satiated enough, indoctrinated enough into what's going on out here, and enough to give at least an initial thought, okay? I'm currently chilling out on the balcony of the spot that I'm saying. All right, you're going to see one of the streets down there, which then goes and connects to, anyway.
I'm gonna skip forward and try to get AMS.
In total was like,
getting was a massage, man. That's a long, long massage. I hope, we have no happy end. That's a long massage. Well, I don't know.
By the way, if you guys, okay, I've only been in there after cool out up there.
Don't like
anymore. Is that even a thing? What's
all right? As y'all guys come in, hit the like button. If you don't like the video, like it in the goddamn way. But shout out to my brother MTR. So let me talk about some of the stuff. Guys, when you stay here in America, in a capitalist society, right? And then you go to a second or third world country, of course it's going to seem like it's the best thing since sliced bread, because you bring in American dollars to a country where it goes 10 times farther, right? But if you live there and you made the money that they pay there, those eggs are going to be comparable to what you would pay up here to your salary. Do y'all guys, it's all relative. They're cheap to him, but I bet you people that live and make their money there, it's not cheap to them. So when you're able to bring American dollars and go live there, of course, see, you basically become a fish in a small pond, or a whale in a small pond, right? Because, well, y'all guys seen Friday After Next? Was that Friday After Next? Next Friday, right? Well, the dude said, around here, I'm the king. And that's because when you move somewhere else where you're a big fish in a small pond, you have more status. So to him, everything down there seems so cheap, but try making money down there. See, in America, guys, America is the best country. All right, y'all want to know how I know America is the best country? Do you guys think that Taiwan and all these other second and third world countries that the passport bros go to, do y'all guys think they have a legal immigration force like ICE dragging people out the country? That no, you don't got to drag nobody out of Taiwan. I promise you that. Yeah, you ain't no ICE doing roundups in Taiwan. That's because it ain't that great. Y'all see, we got protests up here. People, the people are, they'll rather you unalive them than take them back to their third world country. They like, hell no, we ain't going. You got people, they literally breaking down in tears at the airport when I show up. Tears. Oh, Lord, no, I can't go back there. So, guys, don't take America for granted. All these Americans that go to these second and third world countries, they're taking their retirements that they made in America and able to go live like kings somewhere else. But live there and make the money there and not make these American dollars.
So, of course, we would never go over there and live there and make their salary. I mean, that wouldn't even really make any sense for anybody to do that. That would be stupid, complete and utterly stupid. I get what he's saying, but that's the whole point. We are smart and we know the American dollar can stretch further somewhere else. It is smart to make the US dollar and live somewhere else. That's what we should be doing. That's just the most intelligent thing to do. Now, I will say that when you go over to these places, you know, there's still some adjusting you're going to have to do. Women are still going to be women. We talk about this all the time, and women are still going to be crying and have their periods, and you know, but it's not just the women, it's everything. And shout out to MTR. He said it. I don't know if this in this video he's reviewing that we just watched, but he said it's lifestyle. Everything, women, food, air, water, right? Well, don't drink the water, but bottled water, but just everything. Everything is better. And if so, the joke I make that I tell people, especially when I'm in the United States, is I say, like, if I meet somebody from Colombia, I'll be like, hey, I'm trying to get to your country and you're trying to get to mine. Let's switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all so pressed to be here, and because you can make money, I guess, because you can't make any there. And you know, but when we're trying to get to your country, right? Let's do a life swap. Or just let me keep making my money from here. That's all I need to do is keep this salary. So, you know, I don't think that AMS would ever move out of the United States. But I just hope, you know, I don't know what he says after this. We can play a little more of that he understands the plight of men, but not only the plight of the passport bro, the guy who travels. Not everyone's doing retirement either. It's retirement. It's just younger guys like me and Al, even guys younger than ourselves. Peace, love, shoe. There's just guys that can work, make money, even make money off their YouTube and just travel and travel and travel and travel and travel. And that's what people should be doing. It is what it is. Oh, here goes Nat. Nat, is Nat calling me from the Netherlands, chat?
Yeah.
Hold on, chat. Yo.
Professional smoke ducker himself.
Yo. What up, Nat?
Man.
What's good?
Y'all calling for smoke, man. Where that link at, though?
We'll send it. We can send a link. We just want to make sure you can remember last time it kept kicking you, but we'll drop the link. Shit. We'll put it in the chat now.
You don't use StreamYard?
We can, yeah, we'll drop a StreamYard link. We'll drop a StreamYard link and we'll do it in there.
All right, for sure.
All right, give me like a couple minutes. We'll drop it.
Tell Al not to run to a bathroom break. I'm gonna cook his ass.
All right, I'll let him know. He can't hear you. All right. This nigga Knack funny. Bro, I just got a call from the Netherlands. I'm like, what the fuck's calling me from the Netherlands? What do you, right? This motherfucker's a passport bro about to come on, chat, and argue We're going to let him do it. He literally does not live in the United States. He's from New York, lives in the Netherlands.
Lives a much better life.
And there's a much better life. But he going to come in. We're going to let Nat come in and say his piece.
Why staying in the stay in the United States?
Why we should all move back to the United States right now. Nat is going to explain that.
From the Netherlands.
From the Netherlands.
But yeah, me and Steve always say it. America's the best country in the world. I was telling somebody else this recently. Like, I think I was talking on the phone to somebody. I was telling them, like, I've been traveling for years now, but I always say America's the best country in the world by far. If you don't believe it, denounce your citizenship and move somewhere else. And like AMS is saying, try making their salary, right? It's definitely the best country in the world, but that doesn't mean it's the best country to live in, depending on your situation. So everybody's situation is different. For AMS, for a guy like that, he is better to live there, and he lives in Atlanta. I think both of them live in Atlanta. And it's kind of funny how they're both millionaires, I would imagine. AMS is probably a millionaire as well. Both living in Atlanta in the same city and having two different thought processes from the city that they're living in, completely different polar opposite views. Both Chads, like in shape, all that stuff, and they're having two different experiences. And you know, they both get girls. MTR had the little red cup talks, and he'd have girls up on the panel coming up and talking, and I thought that was dope, and I think he should bring that back. And AMS is showing his dates, and he's on a different date, and he's kind of like he's kind of like red pill / dating coach type. But I think that a lot of the dating coaches, they don't want to lose their audience. They don't want them to go overseas, and don't want them to do that. So I think that that's another reason why AMS is arguing against it. But he may just be one of those types of people that believes that, you know, this is the best place for him. I think Fresh and Fit are the same way. Like they could easily pack up, go overseas, and clean up and do way better. I just don't think that they'd be able to make their content overseas in a different country. I think the only place that they can make their shit where they're bashing women and kicking them out and they're fighting and all that shit is in Miami. You know, so
Knack, I dropped the link. So the link is here. Let us know. We'll be checking to make sure you join up. But Knack's here. Okay, never mind. He's here. Hold on. Yo, can you hear us? I can't hear him. Hold on, Nat. Why don't I hear him? Hold on, Nat. Hold on. Let me see.
Shit.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All
Don't
right.
get no technical difficulties now.
Nah. We back. We back. We can hear you. Hold on. We got you.
All right.
Let me put you on the screen here on the other one. All right.
In the words of Teofimo Lopez, which monkey wants a banana?
Let's do it. So hold on. Let's be clear though, Nak. What did you disagree with specifically about what we said or he said, so we can argue?
Well, no, I agree with what Al just said in terms of America being the greatest country. I agree with AMS that these guys are going over there with American dollars after 2.5 weeks talking about how great it is. Okay, yeah, great. It's great until you have to do a visa run. It's great until you spend $30,000 or about $20,000 for some sort of platinum visa, and then the next 2 years they change the rules. It's great until you run into an immigration officer that doesn't want to let you in, and all your stuff is in a condo. It's great until your ass gets caught on an overstay and you get thrown in a detention jail. It ain't all just roses and stuff. So when these brothers try to paint this rose-colored glasses picture of living across seas, they're lying to people. They're lying, and I'm here to call out the lies. Let's get it.
Okay.
Do you think they're lying, or do you think they're telling you about their experience? Because he hasn't been over there that long. He hasn't experienced that.
So, right. Okay. So, lying is it has a malicious connotation. I would say, to be honest, the brother is not telling the truth based on, a skewed view of a place that he just got to. Okay. He doesn't know the struggle of missing American interaction. He doesn't know the drone of walking down the street and Masai, black man, that it gets tiring, brother. He doesn't know that when you turn the TV on, all you get is these stupid Thai talk shows, or it's weird. It's nothing like home. And when these people talk about, how it's better overseas from a vacation, we gotta call it for what it is. They're making a snap judgment on a place that they haven't lived. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Now I can agree with that as far as
of course you could. Of course you would.
I think it's different if you are taking an extended vacation, as Nak said. You're not living there, and you you're kind of overzealous. But what I'll say is, I think if he goes overseas, he lives places, he travels, I think that he's still going to have those same types of views. Even if it's longer, I think that his mindset is going to be that. And this is somebody that gets women in the United States. I think that he's going to have that same type of mindset.
He may, but everybody is not MTR. He's getting money that 99% of us will never see.
Yeah.
Right. So when he's saying that, and he's not speaking to the top 1% that he is, the bottom 99 are looking at him thinking, oh, word, I can go over there. I ain't going to say that. I can zoom to Thailand. Shout out to him. I can zoom to Thailand and get over. And then once they get there and they're on military pensions or they've saved some money, and then it starts trickling down. Oh, wow. I'm paying triple time the amount that the local is paying because I don't get the cheap stuff that they get. So I got to buy it in the store where it's posted, right? When they're getting scammed out of money, where they move into a condo and then all of a sudden they're not getting their deposit back when they're trying to move. There's so many scams these people don't know about. And Zoe, I don't know how he fell for that Chiang Mai bar scam. These dudes are not even doing their research. All Zoe got to do right now is call the police in Chiang Mai. That bar probably has X amount of complaints about the same thing. But he's from New York, so he should have already seen that they was going to try to G him. They're opening up every time, opening up water. Okay, they're going to charge you for that. When you go to these bars and you drink, you get your drink and you get the bill. You get your drink, you get the bill. It's called keptang. You get that, you pay it off right away. He goes out there and then talking about he got robbed. No, I called because there's no receipts on it. I want to see his police report. Let's get it.
Well, I'll say this, Nak. I think that it's a lot of men do sensationalize going overseas. They definitely talk about how great it is, how awesome it is. I think that the problem is, though, there isn't enough content, or there aren't enough people booking consultations or whatever they can do to really do their research. They look up shit like, is Thailand safe, or is Chiang Mai safe, or like they look up the most surface level shit and they get surface level answers, and they really don't have a place that they can go where they can deep dive into where they need to go. And this is why it's important to have a tour guide, or at least deal with local people. Just what you just said just now. A lot of that shit could have been a lot of the stuff that you just mentioned that could be resolved or not even really happen if you know someone that's Thai, or you have a Thai tour guide, or you have someone that, hey, go buy this for me, or go get this for me, because they're not going to do the same shit that they're going to do to them. So in my opinion, it's not all butterflies and fucking, fucking just bliss and happiness being overseas. You obviously have to prepare for this shit. And a lot of guys, I think, are just jumping into it willy-nilly, using their retirement or a pension, whatever they have, some shit that might even run out. Me and Al are smart enough to know, look, we got to keep working. We can't come over here off of some money that we just made off of selling a house or whatever it is. We can do that for a little bit, but that shit is going to go way faster than we really think. So I think that a lot of guys, and this was part of what I wanted to do at Mentuition, is to come up with a roadmap, not for whores and shit, that not how we started, but more so like, look, here's where you go to do your laundry, down to the most minuscule things that you might not even think are that big of a deal, because a lot of guys, they come over here and they don't have anything. So would you say, Nat, that if you knew a brother from New York City and he had the chance to move to another country, we won't say the big four or whatever, we won't even say Thailand, let's say South Korea, wherever, somewhere where it's cheaper, and you knew that brother could take his computer or whatever, he working from home, he could work from home, would you recommend him to stay in fucking, you know what I'm saying,
New York,
Manhattan? Or would you say, hey man, you know what, you should go and see the world. You know, you got to do your research, make sure you know whatever, but you should go to South Korea. What would you say to it? Let's say he's in his mid-20s, late 20s, and you could see that he could probably take what he's doing and move overseas. Would you tell him to stay or leave?
No, I tell him to do what he wants to do, right? But I would tell him not to crap on a place that gave him the opportunity to be able to be mobile. You understand what I'm saying? I understand that the skill set that you've developed in America that you can use in another place where you might be able to leverage that dollar for a better lifestyle. You know, just don't don't forget the hand that fed you. You understand? So I would never tell brothers not to travel, but I will not paint, you know, a rosy picture when I know better. You know, are y'all in America right now, brother?
We're in Colombia.
You're in Colombia. All right.
Yep.
Well, to our people in America, they crying over $4 or $5 a gallon gas, right? You know what I consistently pay for gas for the last 6 years? $9 to $10 per gallon. $9 to $10 per gallon.
In the Netherlands?
Because I buy it in liters. In the Netherlands.
Okay.
I pay right now it's like 10. If I get on the highway, I might be even paying $11 a gallon. That's the stuff that people won't tell you. They say, "Oh, it's this, it's that." Nah, but you have to have whatever money you're gonna get. It has to be able to. You have to be able to afford your lifestyle. A lot of these brothers are going over there for certain reasons that's going to drain their pockets. And that's what I'm trying to get brothers to avoid.
Absolutely. But Nak, let's roll back for a second. First of all, Netherlands is considered a first world country. That's number one. And number two, gas
absolutely
is high gas is high in Cuba. Bro, Cuba is literally the lowest of the low country. They can't even afford their gas is more than our gas in the United States. That's how high. I talked to
the
Cubans.
embargo.
Yes. Right. So their gas is what you just said, $10, $11 a gallon US or whatever it is. Poland's or Netherlands money is probably worth about the same, but like their gas is double our gas in Cuba. They can't even afford it like at all. So they don't have
what I'm saying, I've been paying this for 6 years though. So you have to be able to earn money in that local economy that can cover your expenses.
Right.
You know, a lot of these guys are going with YouTube money. The algorithm, cancel culture. You guys have been, you've had to redo your channel a couple of times. I've been with you for most of the times, right?
Right.
But a lot of times you have to diversify. If you just, I'm gonna open up a YouTube and I'm gonna have my and I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna be all right. No, I'm gonna tell you the sentiment for expats, especially American expats, and if we want to dig down deeper, we can say Black American expats. It's not going to a positive side, okay? Due to certain high-profile figures that have, you know, had brushes with certain authorities. It's not shiny right now. But let's take the Indians, for example, in Thailand. The Indians they're not even considered Falang, they're considered Kak, which means guest in Thai, right? So they have been tolerated and kind of like they've moved around. But the tide has changed to now they're blocking Indians from going into establishments like this was like Jim Crow era in America. So it can change. You see what I'm saying? So right now the Indians are getting it. And then if it's not the Indians, the Nigerians or the Africans get it in Southeast Asia. They know the difference between us, obviously. But I'm just saying there's certain things that you have to take into account. And if you're there for 2.5 weeks, you don't know the real deal because you haven't integrated. If you don't speak the language, if you haven't integrated locally, you're not in a position to paint it, you know, as some great picture at the expense of America.
Yeah, well, and I just want to be clear. We are in no way advocating for guys to go over there for 2 fucking weeks and just be like, oh, like to think that they know the lay of the land, right? We're advocating for is for men who can and do their research to and that want to get a job, right? Because let's be honest, Nak, a lot of like the average salary in the United States is what, 50,000 for men, I think, something like that. Your $50,000 salary is not going to go very far in Manhattan. It's just not, right? But if you took that same 50,000 and you lived in said country in Central or South America,
a third world country
that has some infrastructure that's not going to be perfect, you would be living a much better life. So we're saying not everyone's going to do it. Not everyone can do it. But if you can do it, give it a shot. Worst case scenario, you come back to Manhattan and you live in your fucking mom's basement again or whatever. They only have basements. And you live in a fucking...
The problem is something you tried to gloss over, brother.
What is
how
it?
do you make that 50,000 that you make in America? How do you make it consistently living overseas? A lot of these digital nomads got busted because they were, working online as if they were in America, but they were in other places trying to leverage that American salary, and a lot of them got busted for it. You have to also understand that there's work laws, and in certain countries you can't even be a digital nomad unless you get a digital nomad visa. So to repeat that 50,000 a year in another country, that's the trick and that's the key. If they can't do that, and we're telling people, yeah, just go, it's so much better, they're gonna go there and they're gonna get a rude awakening.
Okay, well, the first thing is they can be a digital nomad without a digital nomad visa. The digital nomad visa will allow for them to stay and be officially there, but you can be a digital nomad without the visa. The visa is just a tool that you can use to stay longer. That's number one. Number two,
I don't. Are you advocating? Don't gloss over that, buddy. Are you advocating that? Whoa! You said you don't need the visa. You can stay there, right? Yeah, obviously, logistically, you can, until you get caught. Yes. Until you get caught, and then you got to talk about those detention centers.
Right.
So you have to do it the right way.
For example,
but hold on. Let me make my point. Let me make my point, and I'll pass the mic back. When we talk about this stuff as responsible, excellent Black brothers, I rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We cannot even hint at, cutting corners. You have to get the visa if you're going to be a digital nomad, if you're going to do it for longevity. If you're just popping around, then that's another thing. But we're talking about leaving America and becoming an expat somewhere else. You have to cross all the I's and dot your T's. Backwards, I mean, yeah.
Definitely.
Cross your T's and dot your I's.
And we're not advocating for anybody to do anything illegal. But what Steve was saying is, take Brazil, for example. They have a digital nomad visa that you can get. You don't have to get it, but you could still work and stay there legally for 6 months out the year. So you could go to a different country.
Can you work there legally without a work visa?
Yes, you can work in Brazil. Last I checked, whenever I was down there, you could.
Well, you can work there as a non-citizen legally for 6 months, is what you're saying.
Outside of the
legally for Brazil or legally for the US? Who are we talking about?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Illegally for Brazil. Forget the US. You're in Brazil now. But can you work there?
You mean work in US
and
job
earn money
in Brazil?
Yes.
Well, that's a digital nomad. Okay, so you can do that, but you have to get a visa for it, right?
Eventually, if you overstay
you have 6 months where you can do that.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Okay, so then the 6 months, then you're good. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that.
So
it's just that we're not talking about these conversations. I want to see the live stream, not necessarily from you guys, but laying out the details about, how you get income in these countries legally. Do you know expats in Thailand now have to pay tax? They have to pay tax.
Yeah,
Thailand. You have to file for taxes in Thailand.
Yeah, they're starting to get really strict because they've had a lot of craziness going on. Thailand's not really the place that me and Steve, we don't have a lot of expertise on, and nor do we really. I mean, it's a decent place, but it's becoming more difficult for digital nomads, and a lot of people are moving out now with the laws. The laws have changed drastically.
Thailand, Mexico City, or Mexico, also, obviously Colombia, certain parts. So there is a tide that's going against digital nomads, passport bros, and just travelers that are going to countries and they're trying to blame us for driving up the price of business for certain things that affects locals, negatively. I had a woman in the gym, the only other black woman in the kickboxing gym I was training here in Holland. And the first thing she said when I told her I'm Black American, she's like, "Oh, you guys are driving up the prices in Ghana. You guys are gentrifying Ghana." I said, "What?" I said, "No, the Ghanaians living over abroad are overcharging for their properties in Ghana. It ain't got nothing to do with us." But the sentiment was off the rip was because I'm American that we had somehow a hand in screwing it up for the locals, like they say in Colombia as well. I'm just saying these things are real. You guys know they're real. And there's really not a lot of pushback on that. But this conversation needs to happen, and they can't happen from someone that's been in a place for 2.5 weeks.
Right. Well, unfortunately,
he has no credibility. None.
Right. Well, now to the first point, though, unfortunately, there are a lot of low IQ and a low EQ people who blame the foreigner that comes over for the uprising of prices, and not the people themselves who own the property,
right,
who are raising the prices. That's a very low IQ thought, and a lot of them think that, especially in Mexico City. We hear about it in Mexico City all the time. They're mad. I saw some shit where they were like, I don't know if they were burning down shit. They were doing some shit wild to like some of the places because of the pricing going up in Mexico City. But it really just is what we talked about earlier in the show is, oh, it's a gringo. Let's charge him more and everything's going to be inflated. It is what it is. We're going to make this fucking money. Okay, cool. That is what it is. But it's not really necessarily our fault. We're moving there for a better life. The first wave of people that moved to Mexico City, whenever it got popularized, they were paying the low prices, right? But then as more and more people learned about it, they told their friends or whatever it was, of course, the prices went up from there. So I get it. It's just naturally what happens in these countries. It sucks, but it is what it is. I'm sure prices are going up in Thailand too. But to bring it back to what we were talking about, I think too, though, that a lot of young guys, like I said, they're just not informed enough and they don't really understand what it takes to live in these other countries. They see a YouTube video and they think, oh, I can do it too. And then they get over there. And because of what you said, the lifestyle that they choose, they're not even out trying to talk to regular women. Now they're there more long term and they're wondering why they're running out of money, or it seems as if they're making less money when they were in the United States. But no, there's not really a conversation that's going on a lot of these channels about it, and there needs to be. And that's the whole point of why we're even talking about it today. And we want to change that because we just want guys to know there's options. You have an option. Colombia is literally a 2-hour flight. I could get to New York City. If we left tomorrow morning, I get to New York City like early afternoon. Just one flight to Miami, flight to New York. I could be there probably about 3 o'clock, 4 p.m. That's a big fucking deal to say, yo, I just left Cartagena, Colombia, and I'm in New York City watching the Knicks game the same day. So a lot of people don't understand logistics. They don't understand distance. They thinking they got to go. I got to get on a flight, the time zone difference, and they don't even know what's going on.
They got direct flights from New York.
I'm sure they do.
Direct flights.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That is it. So while I get what you're saying, I still think that, you know, if informed correctly and you have the means to do so,
and you can do it legally,
I think more guys need to at least understand that option and exercise that option. Not just about shitting on women or shitting on the United States. It's just nice to be a well-traveled young man. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't recommend them to go to the Netherlands. I definitely wouldn't, because you're going to. Why wouldn't you? Okay, why would you want to go to another first world country? What would be the point?
Well, now
permanently.
Nu komt de aap uit de mouw, eh?
Okay, well you're there. You can tell
that's a Dutch saying. Now the monkey's coming out the sleeve. Okay. Now the truth is coming to the top. Why wouldn't you want to come to a first world country? Why? What is your obsession? What is your obsession? What is your obsession with third world countries?
there's no obsession. I'm saying that your lifestyle would be better.
My lifestyle is great here.
It would be
if
better
you're a bum in
somewhere else.
America. Hold on, brother. No, if you're a bum in America, you're gonna be a bum in Colombia. You're gonna be a bum in Europe. I've never been a bum. So I came here with money. I had to check some dude before. I'm like, yo, I didn't come to Holland with no money, bro. You know, so they assume because you're an expat or an immigrant, some people, that you're broke or that you're a loser at home. No, I don't have to go to a third world country to thrive. When I go to Thailand and I get back, I'm telling you, brothers, the air quality here in Europe is so much better than it is in Thailand. I'm like, wow, I'm glad to be back home. My neighborhood is very quiet at night. I can sleep. It's beautiful. I don't have to hear engines and motorbikes and all that other nonsense. That stuff is cool for vacation. But if you're getting it in America, you can move to a place that's a no effery zone. And that's my point. When you're saying, well, why would I move to the Netherlands? You don't, bro, my neighborhood is beautiful. My kids grow up with ducks, geese, you know, fish, rivers, all this kind of stuff that I never grew up with.
Sure. Now,
so I'm not gonna. Yeah, what's up, brother?
Let's remove you out of it for a second, though. If a young man, let's go with my scenario. If a young man was making, I told you, he's living in New York City in Manhattan. He's making $50,000 a year. He has a choice to move to the Netherlands with his 50K and work online, or move to Brazil or South Korea or whatever. Pick insert Asian country, right? Third world, third to second world. I don't even know if the second world's a thing. Let's just say it's not a first world.
But what is your obsession with the third and second world, brother? Why not?
Can you let me
make a lateral movement? Yes, go on, brother. But I want to know what that is.
I'll answer that, but I want you to answer my question. If this person with this amount of money, he could choose between South Korea or Thailand or Netherlands
or Vietnam
or England or somewhere first world, what would you tell that young man?
Well, you named 3 first world countries and then one it's not even third world anymore. I don't think Thailand's classified. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm just saying pick a third. I thought it was. I didn't think it was first world, but I'm saying pick a third world country.
Wait, hold on. Let's marinate on that for a second. You didn't know South Korea was a first world country?
I just said insert. Yeah, I didn't know specifically that was. I said South Korea or just any Asian third world. No, I didn't. I'll be honest. I just was saying.
Okay, no, cool. Yeah. I would say go to where you can get the most bang for your buck. If you can, bro, and you're saying not to insert myself in it, pause, but this is the conversation. I'm giving you my experience in a first world country. But for the third world, if you can get the money that you were getting in America, do it. I'm not hating on it.
So you agree?
But don't go there. Don't go there. And after 2.5 weeks, talk about how it's so much better when you don't know. There's so much nuance. And I'm telling you, the tides are turning against expats. And this happens all the time in a third world country, is that when they're going through hard times, they're welcoming you in. Please come, please come. We don't care if you have COVID, just come. Spend your money. Once they start getting high on the horse, there's that, oh, bad foreigner, bad gringo. You know how that goes. The tides will turn. And to be honest, the tides are turning here in Europe for non-white immigrants. The whole world is turning against non-white immigrants. But at least here, you know, you can, bro, I have a protege. This dude is on his way to make $200,000 a year, bro. He's 24, Colombian. Don't sleep on a first world country. Please.
No, I would never sleep on.
There's a lot of money out here, bro. There's a lot of money out here.
I would never sleep on a first world country. I'm just saying, coming from a first world country, you're not making enough. And then you have an opportunity to move to a third world country and get more bang for your buck if you've done your research and you can do it, I would say try it. The worst case scenario is.
Well, what are the benefits of the third world country? Let's talk about what country you want to talk about.
Let's go with Brazil or Vietnam or Thailand, somewhere third world.
Oh, okay. Well, I know Thailand, right? 50,000 a year in Thailand, right?
Yeah.
You can live very well depending on how you live, but you won't have a car. Well, you can have a car, but it ain't gonna be, some hot whip or whatever, because the cars are extremely expensive. Oh, you can have a moto, but who wants to go living and riding on a moto? 50,000 is not it don't hit like 50,000 hit 20 years ago. Your nightlife is gonna be different. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I can make 50,000 pop in Thailand. Absolutely. But there's 300% import tax on cars. I like fast supercharged cars. I ain't gonna be able to afford one on 50,000 in Thailand. You feel me? I'd have to be a business owner, and to be a business owner out there, a Thai person has to own 51% of your business, and that opens up the door for you to get scammed.
Okay,
yeah, we wouldn't recommend businesses in Thailand.
Well, first of all, Nak, though, you keep inserting yourself into it, which I keep saying don't insert yourself. But also, this person isn't going to make 50,000 for the rest of their life. I'm just saying this is what they're making starting out when they go to Thailand. You're saying you can make it shake, which means they could make it shake in Thailand just as well, right?
No, no one can make it shake like me out there.
Okay, no one can make it shake like you out there. But
he's talking about supercars.
Look. Though, okay, Nak, let's just be honest though. 50,000 in Thailand. What are your electric bills? What, under $50? Like, the shit's cheap, man. It's not that much money, right?
It is cheap, but it can be expensive, brother.
But you're picking nuances.
Government
rate can be expensive.
No, I'm not picking nuances. I'm gonna tell you how.
Okay, go ahead. I ain't gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you the facts right now. Last time I checked, the government rate for water was like per whatever measurement of water they use, right? Where they get people is that they charge them 8 all the way up to 12 baht per thing of water that they use, or like it was electricity, not water. So when they run their ACs, then the AC bill becomes more than their rent. You see what I'm saying? It's little nuances like that, where if you're not a local, they charge you double the price for electricity. You understand what I'm saying? Having to report in every single 90 days and all of that can get boring. I mean, it can get monotonous and stuff. But brothers, I got to get this money, man. But I'm gonna holler at y'all behind the scenes. All
right, Nat. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.
Yep.
All right, y'all.
Shout out to Nat Easy pulling up. We're gonna run a poll. No Diddy. Who got cooked?
Chat, that was Nat realizing that we basically were right about everything. He kept inserting that what he wanted, you know what I'm saying? And then when I said insert third world country like Vietnam, South Korea, whatever, you didn't know South Korea? What's the first world country? Bro, you know what I was trying to say. I'm just trying to say insert a lesser expensive Asian country. I threw South Korea in there. My bad. I didn't know specifically it was a first world. Okay, whatever. Vietnam is. We said like 3 countries, one of which was wrong. I said one wrong. Whatever. Then he starts picking these little guys. When you're getting cooked in the argument, you start to insert your anecdotal experiences. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
He threw the supercars in there too. That he also.
You don't need a fucking supercar in Bangkok. Like, why do you need a supercar in Pattaya? What would be the purpose? You could catch a tuk-tuk for literally whatever, fucking
pennies on the dollar,
3 baht. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. There's no the whole point. We don't need a car here in Colombia. Why would me and Al go out and buy a fucking Mercedes here? What would be the point? Ubers are $6, $7, $8
to go far. It's like $1 to go pretty much. The $1, $2 to go most.
So he literally is agreeing with us while trying to disagree. It doesn't really make any sense. So Nak, at the end of the day, bro, I get what you're saying, but you have to understand that we're not talking about you. I'm a hustler. I make money. This is the problem with a lot of us as Black people. We internalize things instead of thinking about everyone else. If you're a young Black brother from Harlem, if you can make 50K, 60K online, Go and see the world. And yeah, let's pick the big 4 or big 5. Colombia, Brazil, fucking DR, wherever. Go there and try it out. Worst case scenario, you can come back home. You can catch that flight. That's all we're saying. You need to book
do
the
your
consultation.
research. Yeah, book the consultation. Do your research. Don't just go over there willy-nilly. Pick a place on the map and all that stuff. Really learn from the best of the best that do it, and learn that first. Before me and Steve, we wanted to travel. We wanted to go to some of these places. We did our researched hours and hours on multiple different people's channels. Did all that stuff. Now we're able to travel successfully, and we're teaching other people how to do the same thing. But like I said, with 50K in most places, that ain't gonna cut it. You're not gonna be able to do what you want to. You're not gonna be able to live the life you want to. You're not gonna be able to date. You're not gonna really, like, women aren't gonna respect you in most places in the United States. However, you take that 50K overseas, and you can live a really good life in Thailand, as Nak said. You can live a really good life in most places: Brazil, Colombia, DR, the big 4. You could live a really good life, and then in a lot of other places. Shit, 50K. Imagine living in Cuba with 50K.
Oh my God!
Imagine living in
Cuba. 50K a year is crazy.
I mean, there's places like Peru. Shit, a lot of Central America places, South American places. 50K is going to be good. You're good shape. A lot of places in Asia, 50K, you're in good shape.
Great shape.
If you can figure out a way, as me and Steve said, a legal way where you can be over there, you can make that money work for you. You can live a great life, and you can still invest and take care of yourself. You obviously want healthcare. You obviously want insurance. You want it. You don't want to be cutting any type of corners. I agree with Nak on that. Learn the laws, learn all the stuff. Get the correct paperwork that you need. Don't be overstaying. Don't be doing a bunch of craziness. I agree with all of that. But if you can find a way to make that 50K stretch overseas in a lot of places overseas, then you can win. Now, if you're, as Steve was saying, I'm sure Netherlands is a really dope place to be. I'm sure it's beautiful there, as Nak was saying. I'm sure that it's a great place to raise a family in certain places. All of that I get, but what Steve's scenario is if you have $50,000, are you going to recommend somebody going to the Netherlands or a first world country to get the best bang for the buck? And Nak agreed that, he's going to say to go to get the most bang for your buck.
Nak said smoke duckers. No, we're not ducking no smoke. And another thing too, Nak, I'll say this is, notice how Nak, you were bringing it right back to yourself. I work hard. I'm not a bum. I don't hang around bum people. I'm not a bummy guy. Again, we have to get out of that mentality. You know what I mean? You're not a bum if you make 50K a year. You're not a bum if you're making 30 or 40K a year. If you're out and you're working and you're trying to get in how you fit in, you are not a bum. There may be people that are more successful than you, and there's always going to be more people that are, other people that are more successful. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not necessarily saying Nak was saying that, but at the end of the day, I think
that's kind of the thought process in America, especially with women.
Yeah, and Nak, you're kind of doing this like pounding the chest, like I'm shit. I get my money. I could live in a first world country. It's like, okay, but some people, my question to them is why? What's the purpose of living there? So you can have browning points. So you can say I work hard and gas is $11 and I pay for it all the time. It sounded like he was kind of like, look, this is what it's like, look at my chains, look at my car. I like fast cars. It's like this kind of that bravado instead of saying, you know what? Hey man, I was making $120,000 a year, but my bills were $6,000 to $8,000 a month. And I ended up picking up a job that only made $60,000, $70,000 a year. And I moved to Thailand and I'm living a much better life and I'm happier, right? Money isn't everything, but money is very important. But if you can make less money, it go farther, or even less money and it doesn't go that much farther, but you're living in a better environment for you, that's the best case scenario. Because remember, guys, it's about your sanity too. It's about how you feel. When me and Al go out here in Colombia, we're happy. We know we can go and we're not going to get charged $40. You know what I'm saying?
Me and
for
Steve were
food.
talking the other day. Steve was like, "How much is this?" And I was like, "Steve, this shit don't even matter how much it is. Like, it's like we're not in the U.S. We don't have to really like monitor it that much here. Like, it's like we want it, we just get it. And it's the same in the U.S. too, a lot of times. But it's just like when you go out to a bar in the U.S., you kind of want to know, like the drinks. I'm not paying $40-$50 for a drink at a club, so I'm gonna ask them how much it is.
Right.
But here, I'm not like really too concerned if it's $12 or $14 or $10. Like it doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have to get into the last part. We can talk about that because there's two topics I want to talk about on that anyway.
Okay, let me bring up real quick the MTR thing.
Okay,
chat. I just want to play this real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to MTR. Hide yours real quick. We went on the panel on shout out to Zoom to Thailand. He did a show the other day, and me and Al got a chance to talk to MTR. So here it is, real quick. Here we go. Absolutely, man.
What's up, brothers?
What's up, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Really, I just want to say, man, I'm super happy and proud that you went to Thailand. I know it's your second time going. And when I saw that video, the first one you posted, it just brought a big smile to my face, man. I was like, we finally got him. He's a passport bro now. And I've heard people in the manosphere say, passport bro, maybe that's the way. They kind of say it and then no one ever really acts on it. So it's just really dope that you actually took the trip and you had that eureka moment, man.
I could do what I'm doing in the States over here, live way cheaper, live a much better life.
Come on.
And me and Steve just literally packed up our things and we moved overseas as well. So it's crazy once you finally had that eureka moment.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Zoom too. Appreciate you having us.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited, man. And I had the biggest grin on my face. So I think now you've opened up the jump down the rabbit hole. Now it's going to be where else can you go? Like you were saying, South Korea. So I vote Brazil, bro. I think that Brazil, that's going to be one of them ones where you're like
Rio.
Like what's this? Yeah, Rio. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. About Rio too. You could hit that if you wanted to be, more low key. You don't want to be out on the scene, all that.
And don't worry about the language barrier, man. Don't let that deter you, bro. I'm telling you, man. Google Translate. I done went on the whole dates with Google Translate, but also you're gonna pick it up as you go. And actually, I would say, and Richie Mack may agree, I think in Thailand, their language, there's like the same word means different things. Like there's like in Portuguese, it's at least different words. Like it's probably a little easier to learn than Thai. So salute to you.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate that. And I was definitely using a lot of Google Translate down there. Actually, my one of my biggest regrets about the trip is not getting one of them the Meta glasses.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like I was actually doing I was like, man, let me go pick one of those up. So like the next time that I do something, I could just boop, boop, and then I could just record. So I got a different perspective. But I peeped that there's a Google Lens coming out in fall. And it's like it goes beyond the glasses. And you can actually have Google Translate in the glasses. So as someone's talking to you, it's translating in real time. So, the geek in me, I was like, oh shit, I gotta wait for that one right there. Like I want to be able to translate like on the fly. But yeah, no, I super appreciate that. It's it was crazy. Like I thought I was gonna record. But first off, when I went, I wasn't even gonna try to record content, right? It was just whatever my body felt like doing every day, like in this period of rest, this sabbatical. And I got to a point where I was coming up to all of these different learnings, and I was just like, let me just write some stuff down. Or excuse me, let me just document some stuff. Let me just record some stuff. But in my mind, like typically when I deviate from the normal content on the channel, it gets like 90% less of the views. So that's what I thought was gonna happen. That's what I thought was like, all right, just throw up these pieces of content. That's why I like this minimal editing. I'm just walking out with no plan, literally.
That's how they do. That's part of vlogging. He's did a vlog. That's travel vlog. You know what I mean? His first travel vlog he's ever did got like 300,000 views. So shout out to him. You guys can go to Zoom, the Thailand's page, and watch this in its entirety. It was a really good interview, very good questions. And shout out to MTR. He knows our channel. I think he's watched our channel before. And he even said it on here, like, yo, Mentuition Network, I know them. So that's dope that a lot of these larger creators, he's almost at 1 million subscribers, have seen our content. A smaller YouTube channel obviously got banned a bunch of times, shadow banned. That somebody like MTR has come across our content. So super dope. And yeah, man, it was nice to talk to him. This is probably our third or fourth time talking to him. So all right, now you said you had a video you're gonna bring up, or
yeah, we can bring up the one dude that was saying this was back what we were talking about, the watching your
Robert Eaton?
drink, your drink.
Okay, I couldn't find his page. Let me look it up real quick. Robert CJ, you said it's Robert Eaton. I didn't see that when I typed it in though, so I don't know if that's his handle though. I don't. Robert Eaton. I don't think that's the right name. CJ.
That's his name.
Yeah, but that's not his IG.
Here it is.
What's it called?
Let me see. Oh no, it's not. It's like something, I forget the name of it. I know how to find it.
Yeah, we'll try to bring it up now, chat, but it's not this dude. I think he's thinking it's this dude. This is Robbie. No, this is the different guy, Robbie.
Nah, this is him. I'm just trying to find his name is Robert Eaton. It's just,
but that's not his Instagram handle.
Nah.
Yeah. Let me see if I type in Robert.
So I was just about to do it.
Eaton. This nigga is hardest person, but he should have just made. Is this him? Here he is. Oh no. What that looked like him. Remote living gringo. He keeps changing his name. That's not his name now though. Yeah. Did he get banned?
They might have banned him.
They banned him, chat.
Because that's what it was. It was that remote.
They got him up out of here. Damn, breaking news. Damn. They banned him. Yeah. That's why we can't find him.
Yeah.
They removed him from Instagram, chat. And I wonder who got him up out of there. We ain't gonna say nothing, but he doesn't have an Instagram anymore.
Yeah.
So
that's why that
there you have
work that I had.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
There you have it. You said y'all saw me backstage. Nah,
he pulled back up.
We didn't know you pulled back up, Knack.
We about to wind down.
We're winding down the show now, but yeah, my bad. We left that StreamYard. We'll get you back up on the next show though. Yeah, so yep, he's banned. He's banned, chat. So that's unfortunate. And we won't go into the details of what probably happened, but you guys can make your own judgment on what happened on that one. Damn, that's unfortunate. Okay. What else do we have, or did you want to wind down? And
yeah, we can wind down. We could save. I had a couple of topics left, but we could save them for next show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, chat. Well, we will wind down here. Again, guys, we're back. We'll get the lighting. We'll get the show right on the next one. A lot of this stuff wasn't working. I'll test it out on the next show to make sure we have our different angles. And hopefully, I got to get some chargers for these headphones. I left my chargers, so I got to figure all that out. But we'll figure it out as we go, chat. We appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all check out the website, okay? Mentuitionnetwork.com. Go to mentuitionmeetup.com or just mentuitionnetwork.com to purchase your tickets for our meetup. It's going to be lit. We're going to hit some clubs, hit some bars, hit some restaurants, hit the city, hit the beach. It's going to be lit August 6th through August 11th. I'm sorry, August 10th. Make sure y'all pull up to that. Also, guys, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/mentuition. And, sign up for the Patreon to get all the sauce. Before we cut out of here, let's see here. He was putting up nasty accusations on certain YouTubers, and they got him out of here. Okay. Anything of importance? Okay. All right, chat. Well, no, man, we appreciate y'all, man, for pulling up. Hit that like button on the way out. Anything else, Al?
There was a couple people pulled up. Shout out to Pod pulling up some
Pod.
street team.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't kiss these hoes in the mouth, and yeah.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
All right, chat. We appreciate y'all, man. We'll catch y'all on the next show. We'll do another one in the next day or two. Till next time, guys. Adios.
Adios. Adios.